Yo, what's good guys? Can you hear me? Can you hear me alright? How are y'all doing? Yo, what's good? Design Syndrome here. Glad to have you back on the channel, my guys. Thank you for joining the stream. How you been doing, guys? Hope everything's good. I'm with the cap today because my hair is like literally a mess. So, yeah. How's it been, guys? What's good, Sumu? Yo, dude, the last piece you uploaded, like you can really see you're improving. Like this guy is one of the, he has been in the Design Dojo for the longest, I feel like, from the very beginning. Let me turn down the music a little bit more. There, I think it works. Let me know if it's too loud or if you can hear me or whatever. And yeah, I always go back to him because from the start you can really see his progression, and right now he's at a state in which like you can charge a pretty penny for your work, you know what I mean? He's at that stage in which you can make a living of design, you know what I mean? And that wasn't the case in January, like that's for sure, you know what I mean? So I'm really proud of you, my guy. You really put in the work, you know? So big props to you, bro. So yeah, here we are, guys. Just want to make a quick intro for those that are not maybe aware of the Design Dojo. My name is Mauro, aka Design Syndrome, and this is the Design Dojo, which is a space which I have in my Discord channel, which I teach this design. It's a space in my it's a space in my Discord in which I teach design through graphic design assignments. And then have the space here on the stream also to provide feedback and explain the exercises a bit more in depth, and also show you how I make my progress live, you know, so you can sort of get where I'm coming from when it's time to tackle the assignments. So yeah, the previous one that we were doing was the lateral thinking one, which if you can go to the previous stream, I explained it more in depth, but just to make it really short, the lateral thinking piece, it's one of the most fun, and it's really simple, but it's deceptively hard. Like, let me see if I can put it better. Like this is better. So the lateral thinking piece, it's a template that you have it on the assignment board, in which you have an image and then you have a word and you have its definition, right? And you can pick a word from the assignment board, but the goal really is to tweak the definition and make up your own definition for the word, and put an image to go with the combo, right? So you have an image, the word, and the definition. And the goal of the exercise is to be able to find a pair, so an image and a word, that's not like linearly related, you know what I mean? So if I go surveillance and I put like a camera on the street, and then I'm trying to hint at the state of being constantly surveilled, then it's a lot of linearity, you know, in that definition with the image. So the goal of the exercise is to find ideas that are kind of far apart, and in that tension we create like a third meaning for the word and for the image, right? What we are trying to say by putting the word and the image in that context, right? And at the end of the day, that's graphic design: image, a word, and what we make of the two in conjunction, you know what I mean? So this was one of the best ones from last the feedback rounds, you know what I mean? But we had a few. It's really, this one, it's a bit deeper, but it's the assignment, you know what I mean? But it's really hard to get to these ones. Like, these are the two best, I feel like. This one's more on the funnier side. And this one, it's really abstract, but I really loved it, right? This is a really nice exercise to come up with some really powerful ideas, right, in which we can show through this contrast of concepts. And this is just to show you an example of what we usually arrive at as our first tries, you know what I mean? This is really linear, right? Identity, the persona someone presents to the world, which may protect or reveal different parts of the self, right? It's really linear to the idea of identity, right? Like, he's literally showing an image that says what the description is saying. And in this one, synthesis, act of combining ideas into a new different whole, right? So we are talking about protest, we're talking about sports, and you have to make the connection through watching the image, right? So this is the exercise, and it's simple but hard. So it's a really cool exercise to try. I really encourage you to go to Discord. You can find the link below. This, when you're on the Discord channel, you'll have here all the channels. You're gonna have to go through the information channels, the Design Dojo guide to get how it all works, and then you'll have here's the Design Dojo, and here you have all the boards with all the different assignments, and the latest one is gonna be pinned at the top. And here really you have all the submissions, and board by board you can go. I really highly encourage you to go in there and give feedback to each other. So yeah, this is almost the last exercise of the year. And yeah, we're gonna be wrapping this one up. I don't think we have any more. We don't have that much more submissions, but I really wanted to give it like a final look to really close the exercise, and just chat a bit with you guys and talk about the next exercise. I'll make the stream next week, of course, but again, it has been a really good year. I feel like we're getting to a nice point of the Design Dojo and trying to still figure out what's the best way of like put it out there, you know what I mean, if being through reels, through TikTok, or whatever it is. But I really like the community and the group that we have, and everyone is participating, uploading their pieces, commenting of each other's works. So yeah, and we have some people that are making tremendous like progress, but they are doing the exercises, you know what I mean. There is a guy that's going from the top. He's growing from exercise 1, just and doing all of the exercises, which I really love. I really like to Design Dojo to be a place which you can go to and just have a place to practice and to grab exercises and do it in a more or less controlled environment, you know what I mean. And also it's free, right? I'm gonna try having this remain free for the longest that I can. Again, a huge thank you to all the Patreons. Those are the ones that are really allowing this to be free, you know what I mean. So yeah, if you want to support, follow the channel, like, share the stream. You can stop by the store and get some graphic design assets, whatever it is. It helps the channel a lot to keep this running. So yeah, let me know what you're doing, guys. You want to talk about something before we just jump into the feedback. I have a family coming over, but I really wanted to. I had little time, but I really wanted to hop in here real quick to chat with you guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, the community is so dope, man. It's truly a blessing. Yeah, bro. But you all are making it like it. I really love that. Yo, yo, yo. What's good from Ethiopia? Big fan. Let's go, bro. Love from Argentina. You know what I mean? For sure. So yeah, let's just take a look at the Discord. See what my dudes have in store here. Let's check the Discord. Do we have music, or did I cancel that? There. So let's take a look at the Discord. See what these dudes did. So we have a few here. I had this one that I really liked, the surveillance one. It's nice also to see, guys, when you are looking at the way we talked about this when doing the different like resolutions for the assignments. Like the next exercise we're gonna do is like the conceptual movie poster, and we need to decide on a set of movies that we want to do. And it's nice to have a definite set of movies, because you can see like each iteration, how everybody kind of resolves the same movies. So you see, maybe you get Inception or The Matrix, and you can see, oh, what's the poster that this person did, and then you see what other person did, and you can see how the different solutions start to come up, and that's really interesting. So if we did like everyone did the movie that they wanted, it would be really sparse, and we wouldn't have like a how do you say, like standardized ways of trying to look at it. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have like a reference point. You know what I mean? So that's important. So for this exercise, we had the different words that we had to choose from. So surveillance was a big one that many of you chose, and I really like this one because it was surveillance, the careful watching of somebody who may have done something wrong. Right? That's totally the he manufactured the definition, but it works with the image, right? Because it's like we have these animals entrapped for our convenience and because they are pretty to watch, but it's like we're trying to say like they did something wrong to deserve that state, you know, right? So through that image, he's right. If you don't put the image, like it's not adding to that context and to that subtext of what does the image with the word mean. So that's the key of the exercise. This is nothing to blow your head off, but it works and it's there and it's not linear. That's the important thing, right? It's not linear. Yeah, then he did another one here, surveillance, a life lived on the other side of curiosity. Now you're starting to get in a sort of territory that I'm not sure what you're trying to say, right? This is an exercise in which you look at the image with the word and you say like, that's what bro is trying to say, right? It's like it's clear what the intended message is. So here I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Like he's curious because he's coming out like that little cave to, he's surveilling us. You know what I mean? Maybe this is what you wanted to say in the other one, but I got it like more, it had more impact the other way around. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me, please guys share and like the stream if you feel like it helps a lot. You know what I mean? I'm also thinking if maybe next year I should do like the streams on Kick. I really didn't want into like a staking app, you know what I mean? But I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot if it can get like a lot more people discover the stream that way and that get them onto YouTube. Actually, I'd be doing a service because I would be getting them out of the staking platform. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's gay, but I'm just thinking because YouTube, I don't think it's really good to just to host the stream, you know, because I feel like maybe people that are more on YouTube, maybe they are not so used to watching streams, you know. I think a lot of you also like watch a lot of the streams like after the fact, right? But I feel like you usually get lower views on the streams, so I fear that it may lower my my medium, like my average views for the channel. So yeah, I'm just trying to be real with you guys so you see what I'm thinking on when doing the streams and actually having the YouTube channel. You know, these are things you think about, like the average view time, the average views you get per video. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe you should do like a little survey. Also, let me know if you are used to watching streams or maybe this is the only stream that you watch. But maybe I should do like a small survey on Instagram or whatever and see if people tend to like watching streams in other platforms. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a bit more optimized for that, but not sure. Sorry, went off the trail there. So back to this. But I guess you can see what I'm saying about the exercise, right? It's deceptively hard, you know. But interesting. I really encourage you to try this exercise. This exercise was the one that made me click on graphic design. It made me go like, I get it now. Like I know what you mean. I mainly watch streams on Twitch, not gonna lie. So you watch a lot of streams, like you used to watch in streams, right? Like it'd be more comfortable for you if you watched it on Twitch, for example. Because maybe it's that the people that do watch streams when it's on YouTube, maybe they are accustomed to watching streams, so they don't really do that on YouTube, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I have I'll experiment that a bit next year, you know what I mean? But this year I really want to wrap it up nicely here, and then next year just polish a bit the stream a bit more, and also the way I deploy the assignments on stream, because it's really all over the place, you know. Sometimes I forget to do like the proper intro, and then when you watch the stream, like you can't really get what we're doing. But yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. So back to this identity. Here we have another one. Identity. The unique set of characteristics that can be used to identify a person as themselves and no one else. Okay. Okay, here there is something, but we are designers and from graphic identity, branding, so I think it's pretty linear. Yeah, all right. But it's nice that I think that you could make it more about how all these packagings they are the same with some variants, and they are supposed to talk to a very specific part of you that makes that product more part of your identity than other. So it would be identity, right? The unique set of characteristics that can be used to identify a person as themselves and no one else. Like it would be shorter, like the set of characteristics that make you unique, right? Or the set of characteristics that you use to identify. Yeah, it needs to be a bit shorter, right? So it's more clear that we are talking about the set of characteristics that make you unique, right? Because then we are putting it against the image that has this pattern of like multiple products that are kind of the same but also kind of different. So we first grab the concept of identity and then like all these multiple things, and we contrast that with the idea of unique, right? So the shorter we can get the description to and more powerful towards the unique, then I think it will be better at landing that idea, right? This is as much as a copywriting exercise as a design exercise. Yeah, oh, I understood that picking your cigarette brand is your identity, not the brand. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not really that clear what he's trying to say here. But it's around here. There is something here. I feel like here there is a seed of something that should be explored. This one I really liked. Currency, right? A currency is a standardization of money in any form in use of circulation as a medium of exchange. For example, banknotes and coins. Here, the for example, I will take it off. Let's grab this. Let's grab this and go to. Let's play around with it a bit more in Photoshop. But yeah. Yo, I bought the Elgato, the Stream Deck, and it's really handy. I love it just to be able to, here and I'm 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 here. Bye. The stream is over, guys. I'm playing. You know what I mean? Yo, the music is kind of going away. Okay, it doesn't matter. Or does it? Let's leave it at that. So here we're at the. Okay, I'm gonna work like this so we can focus on the image and not as much on the entire like Photoshop thing. So, or these were other ones that we were playing with. So we had the currency one. Oh, like that. So we need to. It goes like this, right? Currency. And what Broad said is like a currency, it's a standardization of money in any form in use or circulation as a medium of exchange. For example, a banknote or coin. So a currency is a standardization of money. Here you're repeating things like currency and money. Like you're saying like an apple is a fruit or an apple is it's an apple, because you're talking about the same thing. Currency. Any item. Okay, we could say something like any item, and by item we are implying like these people are objects, you know, they're not people anymore. Any item or object, or we could say object, no, item, any asset, any asset, any asset used as medium, any asset used as a medium of exchange and or any asset used as medium of exchange and or for leverage. What are we thinking about this? I think that works, right? Currency, any asset used as medium of exchange and or for the leverage of power, right? I think it's a bit more powerful towards the idea that we're trying to say, right? Like these militias are funded and used to destabilize, to leverage power, right? And it's like an exchange. The people that enforce this get something in return, right? Yo, I hope this channel doesn't get taken down because of this. but but yeah, I think this is nice. The seed was there, it works. This is currency. Currency. Let's leave this. Let me save this. Okay, what else do we have? Do we want to try? Oh, there was one here. Network. This one is pretty linear, I feel like. Let me know also, guys, like what do you think like live, you know, like if you can comment on them, that would be hard. But I feel it's pretty linear, you know? Like the shared vibration between things that never met. Yeah, I guess they're on their own like little line. They're in their own trail and they're not literally connecting, but they were together at some point, right? It's like the network of commerce. But I think it's pretty linear here because I don't know. I feel the ideas are too close. It's just a feeling. There are some ways in which you look at them and you go like, I don't feel it that there is as mind bending. For example, it's this one, surveillance, right? The feeling of being watched by someone who never actually existed. It's also like that's not surveillance. You know what I mean? The feeling of being watched. Yeah, the bigger picture is a network. That's a nice way of looking at it. Like if the bigger picture of the ideas you're trying to tackle, I mean, the bigger picture you go, at some point it's gonna touch, right? Because if it never touches, I guess you wouldn't be able to put a connection. Like if I put surveillance and I put an apple or like a football, like maybe at some point, but in a really abstract way, it connects, but not in any way that we could arrive to by a word and a definition. You know, maybe it would be like that would be a fire thing to try, but you know what I mean. If it's too apart, then it also misses the mark. But you have to make it hit the mark, right, through the word and through the copy and all that. This one was interesting because I don't know ownership, the fact that you own something, right? It's kind of interesting, but I don't know what he's saying. Like he's talking about men owning women, or why are they on a sidewalk, right? Like that's another exercise. Like discontextualize like an object, and then you're implying something, right? If I put an office in the middle of the street, like what does that mean, you know, like we live working, like working never leaves our heads while we are commuting to work. Like what does that mean? Like here you have the text, the image, and also the image has like a dialogue in itself, you know, with the context of the people being in the sidewalk. So this one's pretty messy, but let's focus on the two, the man and the woman. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but there is something here, you know? It's like, okay, there is something here, but I can't exactly pinpoint to what. I feel like if it is the thing of men owning women, it's too linear, you know, bro? Or maybe it's the other way around. Like she's like nudging him in his feet, like she has him in its pocket, you know? So maybe that's the thing he's trying to say. Yeah, 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 but what about it? You know, bro, I completely missed the sidewalk. Haha. I like this one though. I thought of it in the business context. Okay, but what about the business context? You know, I'm not getting it. Here, I don't think in this exercise having it to be two-way around, it's nice. Like this is not an exercise on ambiguity. It's like grabbing two things that are apart and make it mean something that's manufactured, that you want it to mean this, right? uh, Boundary, a clear limitation that defines what is acceptable or unacceptable. Okay, but like again, I feel there is something here, but it's missing the mark. Like what are you trying to say, right? In this one, right, careful watching of somebody who may have done something wrong, surveillance, right? He's implying here that this fish did something wrong, right? And that starts you to like to think at least, right, about the what the poster is saying. So here is at least saying something, right, that is sort of clear. In this one I don't feel it does, right? Ownership the same, surveillance. He brought stole, nah, he doesn't stole, but he took heavy inspiration on the idea of the little lady and act of watching, not out of control but out of longing. Okay, he now in this one there is the problem that you took the definition too far, right? And it's not longer surveillance, it's like, I don't know, serendipity or whatever. I don't know how you call like longing. It's longing, like watching out of longing, like granny is longing, it's not surveilling, right? But the other one has that little, like the lady's kind of in that surveillance mode, you know, little, the old ladies are out at the park just gossiping the neighborhood away, you know. So there is something here about culture, about things that get, and maybe they're not surveilling, but it taps into something of pop culture, you know. We know like old ladies do this, right? So it's funny, but it's there is something there. Consumption, too linear, you know. This one I liked. Control. This one I like, but again, it's like, yeah, you need a lot of control to do this, but a decision that comes from within, not given by others. I think you could put this and be it like that. Yeah, just a decision that comes from within, not given by others, right? I feel like there you could have like a lateral thinking thing. This could be, but there is something here again. But again, it's like, this is where the exercise gets pretty abstract, and you say, oh, okay, so is this lateral or not, right? And it's a nice exercise to for us to start thinking about these things and arriving at some type of inner dialogue or idea, right? This one is good, right? Because it made me think, okay, what kind of control is he talking about? I thought the fish was about surveillance, about fish living in the fish tank, so the fish oversees everything from the tank, or it's being surveilled by the owner human. Yeah, it's being surveyed by the owner. I feel that's how I read it, right? That's how I read it. Like if it would be in the other way around, the picture should have changed. And let's go back to that. I think it's about surveilling the fish. It could have been about surveilling the human, and I think it could make it just a bit better. I don't know if better, because here at least we are like trying to say something about the fish having done something wrong, possibly that's why he's caged, right? But we perfectly understand he's on a fish tank, right? And he's also the picture of the fish being in that sort of cave, or like timid and kind of afraid or whatever. It adds to that feeling, so I feel it works, right? If it would be the other way around, it could work, but it would be more funny, and you wouldn't be adding like anything extra to the statement other than fish watch humans. You know what I mean? For example, and like this one you are saying something, right? It's a lateral, but you're also saying something. Yeah, but oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, but it's like surveillance. Like you surveil like an inmate. You surveil something that is caught. You surveil something that, like most commonly, of course, you can have like a constant state of surveillance, maybe, but through social media or whatever. But I feel like in this case, I don't know. Anyone like also reads it as, how can I do like a poll here? There is the poll. Um, Fish surveilling humans. I don't know, guys. The careful watching of somebody who may have done something wrong. I don't know. Now you're making me doubt it. But I guess I gave it maybe the reading that I felt had the most impact, because I feel like if the fish is watching human, then it's not that impactful. What do you mean? I'm surprised nobody didn't put money photo or used artificial title. The artificial title. Yeah, yeah, but that's also like nice. It would be if I would do something illegal, weird in front of the fish, I would feel watch. Yeah, but you need to show that through the image. But I guess this is part of the exercise, right? The different interpretation, but at least is like it is the possible of two, but it's pretty there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think a healthy amount of ambiguity, maybe it's good, but it works. What do you think about currency one? What's your interpretation of that one? Is how to said it, or maybe you took another like read of that? Surveillance. Synthesis was hard. Identity surveillance. Here we are already to the previous ones that we had. Adaptation. Artificial. Yeah, we already took a good look at these ones. I had one here that I lost it, bro. Currency. You see, if we change the image, you see how it changes just a little bit, but it kind of changes, you know, right? An asset used as a medium of exchange and or for the leverage of power. Here we're kind of talking of foreign policy, maybe, right? And here you can have two versions. Like this could be currency, an asset used as a medium of exchange, right? And for this one, we could have it be, we could take out this part, you know, currency, any asset used for the leverage of power. First one, yeah, young men as a currency for the military. Military as the currency. Yeah. The second one I feel is more on point. The first one, at least I see it as a medium of exchange, you know, because this looks like a foreign nation, like military. I don't know the specifics of the image. Maybe this is a perfectly like legal army, you know. It's not like being like a source from other nation. I don't know about that. I'm just saying out of the icons of looking like a Middle Eastern maybe or African country, you could have that implication. Any asset used as a medium of exchange. But I guess what the image is trying to imply is like foreign funding of guerrilla military organizations, you know. And it's nice also trying. You see, guys, what I mean? Like you change the image, and now suddenly currency kind of works here also. Maybe he's trading his honor, right? Here it's a bit more abstract, I guess, like, but you can see there is some sort of connection. Any asset used as a medium of exchange. Here you can have like the body, like it's the body that's being used to trade the life of the people for the nation. I think more, or for honor maybe, because we know like samurais and that sort of people used to do this for the sake of keeping honor. Uh, but it's all like tremendously tied to that like nationalist value they had of serving the country, of serving their families, right? And even this one, you can have like the social capital, you know, like the social capital of being like well read or being cool looking. You know what I mean? Like you could have that be currency also. Currency. This one is actually nice, guys. What would be the definition for this one? Let's try to force it. Let's try to make this one a thing, right? So what would it be like the definition for this one? I want to see you'll give it to me. Right. Maybe this image, let's see if we have more like a performative male one. No, but it's not the reading. It's not the reading per se. It's the reading in the bus, you know? is the reading in a social setting, right? It's like being the performative male, you know. It's like the currency of the social status that you get for performing these activities in plain sight, you know, so everybody can watch you do these things. Nothing against these people. I'm just saying for the sake of the exercise. I don't know. Maybe I do this for sure. You know what I mean? But um, I mean, not on purpose, but I for sure do this unconsciously. You know what I mean? Like to everyone their own. But that's what I mean, right? Like currency, any asset used as a medium of exchange. Yeah. Do you see what I say, guys? Or I'm jumping too hard? But yeah, I feel it works. I feel it works. Let's go into arena. Let's see if we have. Let me see. I want to see. One really nice that you could do is like um just look for photography, right? Let's just look for photography and where we could see digital photography. This is a group. Arena's really cool. Yeah, could also be about currency attention. So you rather read a book at the train or doom scroll. Using attention for reading might be more fulfilling. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, but what would be like the asset used for the medium of exchange? You know, I mean, you could totally do that what you're saying, but I feel we should trade the like the that's the core idea of the comparison, like currency attention. Okay, then what image did we use to signal that link in meaning, you know? Because here I don't know if the currency is attention. Maybe attention to himself. Attention for knowledge. Okay, okay. What do you see? You think like this one like works? I think that it would be more make more sense if we put like the book. Maybe like what do we have here? Oh, look, these ones are really nice, like composition studies. These ones are cool. Look at this. This is a nice, like a nice, like composition. These are nice composition, like exercises. I like this one. Yo, these ones are nice. I really like the way in which it's doing it, like with pen and paper. Yo, I'll steal this. I'm gonna steal this. I'm gonna start the New Year's. I'm not even playing, guys. Design Dojo projects, Design Dojo, and I'm gonna do 2026. I'm gonna do new folder, and this will be for the composition references, and I'm just gonna drop this here. This is something nice that we could do. This is like a nice variation of doing it like to do it with pen and paper, to do it analogically with our hands, because I felt we were forced to do it on the computer, but he's doing like cutouts of this. This is really nice. I love this. We're doing this next year. That's fire. But where is this from? What's this? Freya Pettigrew. Okay, she's like a She's literally called Freya Pettigrew. Okay, she's an artist. Okay. Okay, she's a student, it seems. Okay, I like that, but I like the exercise. I'll look into it like deeper to see maybe if I find like the university or something. I can dig deeper into what they do. Sorry, I got sidetracked, guys. These are really nice. Would you be down, guys, to do like a painting exercise also? There is one I want to do with like next year. I would really like to start like from the top, you know, from the stain, like the line, the point, and build upwards. And and I guess it would be hard for the Design Dojo to do like a proper, like a big, um, like systematic exercise, you know, to build like a big branding system. I would like to keep it like design, but also artistic, and maybe the culminary piece, it's the movie poster, the one we're gonna do next week, or at least try to do, you know. But these are good, bro. We could also do collages. My dog, sorry. I got sidetracked, guys. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, pictures. Like oh, a wall of books. Sorry, my guy. Just because we were trying to say like the knowledge, right? Would be glad to have that in 26. We're gonna 25 will be the last one of the year. Then we're starting from the top. Design Dojo 1. I like these ones, but I think I like this one because there is a person here. So it's the attention of that person towards the books, right? If not, it's like just about the books, and I don't like that. Full of bookshelves. You hear my dog? Niebla, basta, stop. Someone is okay. You see what I mean? Like now we could be talking more clearly about the knowledge, right? Oh, maybe this is the nice like thing you see when you start to compare it. Like here we can clearly have it more be about the knowledge, right? Right, and you can have this be also about the knowledge, but if you had like a small person just reading all like uh, in a weird uncomfortable position, it could be about that and also some isolation, you know. But this dude with the jacket being all cool and with swagger, it's like there is a performative act of how he reads, right? It's not about the reading, it's about how you are seeing reading, right? So I get that's the key thing for this one, in which you see the big difference, right? And you could have the other one like, right? If we start looking at, you know what I mean, right? you know. I don't know if it works better than this one, but at least you can see that there are more people there, right? So that element of being watched like enhances it. But I mean, I guess like this is the exercise, right? When you start to tweak the image to see what conveys the point like better, and that's literally the exercise. Even this one, you can have like the planet of the Earth is the medium of exchange, but it's fairly linear. I feel like, but again, like it sort of conveys that idea like better. Yeah, we had a new one, I guess. Someone uploaded. Ah, no, no, it was. So yeah, but maybe if we took a look at, yeah, guys, I really encourage you like go to Arena. Like in Arena, you have a lot of shit. I like just like clicking in random. So you need to be careful here. We don't want to get into like, I don't know if there is nudity in Arena, but I know if I click here, I'm gonna be seeing like strippers in 2 clicks. You know, so you need to be careful there. Like, look at this. Or better, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Focus on Christ. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, I like this one. Oh, it's all the same connection. Film photography. Okay, 4 blocks. Come on, there isn't like bigger collections. Black and white photography. Okay, you see what I mean? Like this image made me think of another like possible a link, you know, like you'd have like a very old person doing something cool, and you can have like the currency be like its life force, right? Or memories, you know, like currency is like something of value. Currency, any asset used for the store of value. Damn. Right. To store value. I don't know if that's the best. I don't know if that's the best like definition for currency, but I just want to show you the idea, right? Damn. I don't know if it lands, but I guess I could go out there and find a better image. But I feel like that's a nice like idea, right? Like the currency is like memory, right? Because it's something we use to store value, or maybe asset. It would be better, like I'm changing it now, but I'm just trying to see if I can get it to fit better. Asset, and then we need to change it to any medium. Medium used to store value, you know. I don't know if it's that good, but it's a seed of something, right? We could try to push it further, right? But that's a way in which you could do the exercise also, like just put the image in a really like how do you say, like really broad definition, and then start looking for images, start looking for collections of photography, browse for random stuff at Google, and you see what's starting to pop and create a like a connection there, right? You can mentally sort of put the photo there and see if something happens. I don't know how to I need to get better at using this website, because if I click here and then here, oh, okay, okay. Then we can start seeing what comes on. What is this? Yeah, you have like really nice references here in. This looks like the back of a restaurant, right? I got the impression of like a classic summer family dinner table in the patio, and that gave me like ideas to do possible other words, Look at this one for surveillance, bro. Civilized. Bring someone to a stage of social cultural development considering. No, this is too. But okay, we have that photo, right? So now let's do the other way around. If we go to the assignment, if we go to the top, and we try to see the words, right? So the words we have are control, artificial authority, process, balance, adaptation, threshold, network, boundary, consumption, synthesis, ritual, identity, automation, ownership, surveillance, currency. Which could work here? Like, what's the angle we want to give this, right? Because these dudes they are low-key tweaking. They're just standing there and just waiting for direction. So they're just, I feel like maybe that picture somebody like crossed them in the middle of the night, but it looks like, or it feels like the shepherd took the picture, right? Or maybe you just crossed them. I don't know. Here the word is gonna give it the meaning, right? So what does this mean? What does it means, Classic. So yeah, what does it mean? Yeah, I thought of authority also, but I feel it's too linear. But it could work, Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck there? Authority. I was like, okay, let's try it. Let's try it, guys. I'm literally illiterate. Authority. Authority. Yeah. Authority. What's the definition? Authority. Ah, I can think. Authority could be like um oh, I'm blank, guys. Or maybe they are the authority. Um state of holding power in any particular circumstance. State of holding power in any given situation or field. State of holding power in any given situation or field. I don't know. Nah, I don't think it works. We could ask ChatGPT, but this is another thing that I thought I'd tell you before. Like, don't use ChatGPT for this exercise. It's gonna rot your brain. Like, you need to think about this like spontaneously, or you need to come across it reading or just living life. Yeah. State of holding power in any given given situation or field. Act of holding power. No. Yeah. State of holding power. Yeah. It could also be religion because they're kind of following him, but the image has like this really dark and creepy vibe to it, almost ritualistic, you know. So you could make it around that. Awesome exercise. Thank you, my guy. Yeah, this is a really amazing exercise to do because once you get this, you can change the template and make the poster because that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like you could have, like, let's say for every poster you make, this could be the first stage. You don't use this template, but that's the first stage. Like grab an image you want to show, maybe it's you make a certain arrangement, uh, and that piece it's the image. And then if you're gonna add text to the image, okay, and then you go through this motion, right? And you make the text play around the image in some way, right? And then you add all the stylistic instruments you want. You add the typography, the color, the texture, right? But then you have something to anchor that, right? You have an element to anchor that and say, okay, I want the aesthetics to empower this, or you can start making a decision there. Maybe you want to do whatever it is you want to do, but at least you have a like a solid foundation of at least something that's trying to mean something, right? Uh, I don't know. And this exercise, of course, is taking this to the extreme, right? But that's the point. Authority, state of holding power in any situation or field. Bro was saying maybe networking. I don't know, man. I will try two or three and see what works best. Yeah, but yeah, okay. It was network or networking. But there is some sort of network because they go all together because they're instincts, you know. So there is already a network in place there. It's already there. Like if we put another word, let's try with balance, process, authority. Authority, I feel it works also, but we should find the thing. Boundary, consumption, synthesis, ritual. I like ritual, not gonna lie. Right? It's kind of funny, but because it's kind of dark, like it sort of works also, like from the get go. But what's the definition, right? So it's ritual, and what's the thing? Ritual, state of holding ritual, set of consecutive actions that lead to set of consecutive actions that lead to some sort of spiritual result. Yeah. This one's kind of funny. I don't know if this is lateral or not, but I think it works and it's funny. Set of consecutive actions that lead to some sort of spiritual result. Let me look up for the ritual definition. This is so funny. A solemn ceremony. You could there. Series of actions performed according to a prescribed order. I feel that's funny, or I like this one. But ceremony. I don't know if I like the word ceremony, but solemn ceremony. Let's look for more definitions. The Cambridge Dictionary. Ritual. Set of actions or words performed in a regular way, often as part of religious ceremony. This definition is ass. I can't believe like the Cambridge Institute has this shit, like this definition, you know. I feel like ritual is far more like broad than this. Okay, a ritual is also any act done regularly, usually without thinking about it. Okay, you can also have this and then the meaning changes. You see, you have this and then series of, but if I change this and which act done regularly, usually without thinking about it. Like it loses its power, you know. But if we go like boom boom, series of actions performed according to a prescribed order, like it changes, right? That this is what we do in posters every day, like all the time, right? How you can have the most like gnarly image, and depending on the text you put with it, like it changes, you know. So ritual. What more we have in ritual? Ritual definition and meaning. Re- a religious service or a ceremony which involves a series of actions performed in a fixed order. Adjective. You can describe something as a ritual action when it is done exactly the way whenever a particular situation occurs. Action performed in a way exactly the same. No, action performed exactly the same way whenever a particular situation occurs. So you can have another here. This one I liked. So you have action performed exactly the same way whenever a particular situation occurs. Okay, so what's, see here we kind of broke it, right? This is the best one. A series of actions performed according to a prescribed order. I like this one. Like do we want to do one more? Or did I save it without that? Oh no, it had the ritual. That's a nice. Oh, did I save this one? No, I didn't save the little the little man one. I had an idea, guys. Like if we had this one like so, right? If we had it like this, and I need a damn. Who saw it? Who saw it? Polaroid texture. Mm, I just need this. I like this. Just copy this. I'm gonna do it really quick because I just want to show the idea, right? Right? You see what I mean? Like I did it really, really ghetto. It's just to show you that like the asset is the photography, right? It's like a easier way to show the. Yo, where's the? Sorry, this my Photoshop is low-key. It's tweaking. Yo, where's my YouTube chat? The chat kind of froze. You see it? I don't know if it's because of the camera or what is it. Oh, because you're seeing like the voting, right? And the poll. I think that's better. What does it say? Surveilling humans won. Fish being surveilled. You're crazy. You're low-key tricking, guys. Let's go. It's okay. But I guess that's what I mean about the exercise. For me, it was the other way around, and for me, it was good. So how do we feel about this one? Asset. Okay. This one also works. I'm gonna save it. So that's kind of it, my guys. Hope you all sort of got the exercise. Let me know if you got it, if you thought how what also I would like to know, what do you thought about the exercise, if it maybe was kind of pointless or you see the use in it, you find it like helpful or revealing in any way, because I really want to tweak these exercises for within each year, right? But I feel this one was pretty good, and it's nice that I have also now like a bunch of other examples to be able to show it better next year, you know. So yeah, I think this is a tremendous exercise to do. I really encourage you to give it a go and try it. Just try it every time you make a piece, you make a poster, you make something for a client, even like go through that motion, right? Of in which way we could subvert the meaning of the images we're using to sort of mean something else, right? You can even use it for logos. On even when talking with a client, these are ideas you can bring up, and it will instantly give you more authority as somebody like it's it's more used to dealing with this kind of issues, right? The image issues, right? Image and ideas issues. It will teach you to think in a more conceptual way, faster. I get more comfortable with it, and yeah, it's a tremendous exercise. I learned this in my university, the University of Buenos Aires. I always talk about it, and I feel it's really important to highlight that because in my country that it's an institute that's free, right? It's public, anyone can go. So I guess the Design Dojo is my effort to bring that over here as well. But yeah, it's just like my little bit on that, you know. So yeah, my guys, that was it. Let me know if you would like to talk about something else. I have a few more minutes, but I really should be going off. We need to go eat at a spot now with the family that I told you before that was coming over. So yeah, my guys, that's it. And yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Next assignment will be the conceptual movie poster, and hope to see you all there. I'm gonna need let me your poster, your movie recommendations that you would like me to take a look for the thing. Also, I've come to know a lot of people that haven't watched The Matrix, so that's fucked. You know, I think I would like to do maybe some movies that you'll be forced to watch them. The Big Fish, Matrix. Like, who here haven't watched The Matrix? Like, let me know in the comments later, and tell me what you think about people that haven't watched The Matrix in 2025. You know what I mean? And yeah, maybe I'll grab some classics for you to go and rewatch, and yeah, but overall the conceptual movie poster, it's about making a poster about how does the movie feels, not what the movie it's about, right? That's the key differences. So yeah, my guys, you already know how it is. Fuck peace, wish you conflict. See you in the next one. Peace. Brr, kra, 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 brr, whoop, 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 whoop.